Hey everyone, welcome to Mind Power. It has been some years since I posted, and the reason why I stopped posting my meditation and healing journey was due to some very uncomfortable sensations and things that were happening in my body that I did not understand at the time. And frankly, it scared me. So I didn't want to post a video on what happened to me without understanding exactly what was happening and then deter anybody from doing this healing work because I still believed in it, yet I didn't know how to approach it moving forward. So I think this was about month 4 or 5 that this happened. I had been doing the blessings of the energy centers 1 hour meditation every day in the morning. And I was having a lot of success. I wasn't in no means 100% healed. And it wasn't a straight up shoot, boom, here we are healed. It was a lot of up and down, kind of like the stock market, like good S&P 500. Eventually, you're getting there, but it's not straight up. Anyways, I would have a lot of sensations come up during the meditation, such as extreme fear, like fear that I had not felt since being in Iraq and being attacked, that type of fear. And, that wasn't fun. I didn't really understand what was going on, but I kept going. But then during the evening, around like 7:20 p.m., I would get these, what I can only describe as brain zaps. And it was like the same time, and it happened 3 nights in a row. And I'd be sitting in the same spot because I had my same little routine, and it would just be like boom through this side of my head and out the other, and it'd be like 2 shots of lightning. And I'm just like, what on earth? Like, it freaked me out. I didn't tell anyone about it, not even my husband, because I didn't even really want to think about it because I didn't understand what was happening. I didn't want to go down the rabbit hole of like, oh my God, now I have this health problem and now I got to heal this. But what I did do is I cut back on meditating. I stopped doing the hour meditations and I started doing the 20 to 30 minute meditations because I knew I was having these things happen because of the meditations. I just didn't know what was happening. So during this time, I probably did that for a good year, just doing 20-minute meditations and doing the work and, being aware of my thoughts, my feelings, how I'm acting to regulate my stress responses. And I had pretty good success. Not the best, but good enough. And along this time, I still studied and learned and, watched all the videos on the science behind everything, everybody's healing videos and their experiences. And what I learned was that I was moving energy. I was moving stagnant, stuck energy out of my body. So when I was doing these meditations and I was having extreme fear just hit out of nowhere, I was moving that energy out of my body and I didn't realize it. Since those experiences, that has not happened again. The brain zaps, I don't know, it never happened again. All I can assume is that I was somehow moving and clearing out, unwanted, dense, crappy energy, like shifting my energy. I've been working on building up my body, building up my vibration, so I'm not vibrating at this dense, low, diseased state. And that's what happened. So I started to go back to the hour meditations again, and I am loving them. It's just such a much better experience now that I have the knowledge of how energy moves. I can go into these and not be scared. I used to be scared to do the breath before these meditations, because, I would move so much energy, and then I would have weird sensations, and, I might even be in like a shitty mood after. It was like pulling up all this like crap that I wanted out of my body. And then I don't know if I was really getting it out or not, but I'd almost be like in a worse mood after, like it really flared it up or something. But I'm sure that it was just, bringing out this energy so I can deal with it and move away from it, get it out of my body. Another good thing that did happen, and this happened in his new series of Blessings of the Energy Centers, where you focus on each one separately for a period of time, 20 to 30 minutes. And I was having some throat issues, and I was concerned that it might turn into a health thing. So I just started focusing on my throat area and doing this throat energy center meditation. And in doing so, I had my first mystical experience. Now, this was totally different in a good way, to where it felt like my whole body was vibrating and in a state of ecstasy, like almost like you feel like you're just gonna orgasm over and over and over and over again. And I just felt so good. But because of this mystical experience, it created other issues that I had to navigate through. After that day, I was just so hyped, so high. My energy was so elevated. I barely slept for 3 days, and I didn't really need to. I just had so much energy. I felt so good. But then it kind of transitioned into a point where I just almost started to feel like numb inside. And before that, I had been pretty good at creating like a joyful, fun energy every morning. When I would meditate, that would be like my focus. Like, I'm just going to really enjoy myself, my day, whatever, duties that entails. And it worked, and it'd be great. But now I'm just flat. And I'm thinking, am I flat because this experience was so intense and so joyful that now my normal joy level feels like down here because I was up here? And so I didn't really know what to do about it. I just kind of meandered through life the best I could, feeling flat and whatever. And then I thought, you know what? I bet because I had that experience with the throat energy center, that somehow I'm unbalanced. So I went back through to the older meditations where they focus on each center. And I did that for a few days. And boom, I felt back to my normal baseline of where I want to be. So I do believe that experience was just, too much. Now I have too much energy in this one center. I got to level it out. You don't want too much energy, in your head, or you might be, not grounded enough to be in this 3-dimensional reality, or you might not have enough energy in your root chakra energy center. So then you're feeling like, you're detached. So what I've learned is there's just a really nice balance that, to keep your body in line. So what I would suggest, if you're a person that likes to practice his meditations, because he does have so many, is if you ever feel like you are getting unbalanced, or you're having unwanted or even wanted experiences, but then they're leaving you feeling, uneasy the next day, just know like you're moving the energy and you're transforming. But it is very important to rebalance that, and you can rebalance that through his meditations. I wanted to rebalance in nature. However, it was like, negative degrees outside. So that wasn't an option for me at the time. I reached out to a few friends that do this work with me, and I don't know, nothing really worked, but just focusing on the energy centers and with the intention to rebalance so I could feel like a normal me again, which was pretty good after all the work I did. So the whole point of this video is to just let you know that, I wanted to do the whole 6 months to a year, like this is my progression, because I was dead set on I am going to heal my body. If anybody wants to know how I did it, this is how I did it. But I couldn't put out any more videos because I didn't want to put out false information or any information that was going to scare someone from doing this work, because I so believe it. And I think if you go into this work and you're having these negative experiences and you're having a great meditation, but then you go into your day and you're just feeling angry or depressed, just tell yourself and know that it's working. You're moving energy. And sometimes when you move that energy out of your body, it just doesn't feel great. But you will feel lighter afterwards. And the work is so worth it. And the work doesn't end. I mean, our world right now is a little wild with the politics and all kinds of crap that I try not to pay attention to because it's not good for my mind. So there's enough stress out there that we are faced with each day where you do have to be consistent in this work. But it's possible. And I did heal my body. Everything is perfect. I have 0 issues. It works. It took me probably, I want to say 3.5 years to be fully healed to the point where I don't have any issues. I still do it every day. I do a lot of things every day for my energy to be elevated so that I can feel the way that I want to feel. And if I miss days, I do notice. I did a little experiment where I took a week off from meditating. And wow, like I didn't show up as the same person I wanted to show up. I was, more competitive and not myself when it came to sports. Definitely not the nicest person, and definitely had trouble controlling my frustration and reactions to unwanted situations. So once I started meditating again after that experience, all that went away rather quickly. So I do think it's important that you stick with this work. And, if you're dealing with a health condition that you want to heal, know that you will upregulate your body through this work. I mean, it's a very simple concept when you think about it. If you can raise your energy level and keep your thoughts positive and your stress reaction short and quick, and feel love and gratitude for your situation, whatever it is, whatever you can find to feel grateful, even if it's just waking up to another day and having another chance, eventually you're going to create that coherence in your body and upregulate your genes so you can heal. And then once you're healed, there's still the work and just maintaining it because of all the junk out there in this world today. But now that I am healed and I went through so much information every day for years trying to understand all of this and how it worked, I am designing a course. It's a 30-day course and it's going to be free. And I'm not sure how I'm going to put it out there yet, but I plan on having it done by the end of 2026. And it's going to be very basic with homework that you do every day, short homework. But I know that I can help people in building a process, in changing how their mind works by teaching how to upregulate and train your nervous system in very simple, practical ways. So I'm very excited to be doing this because, you know, I finally feel like I have a purpose where, you know, before my purpose was like, I'm a mom and here I am. Like it wasn't enough. But what I have learned is the best purpose you can have is being the best version of yourself. Because when you are upregulated and you are living your life from your heart and treating people with respect and love and compassion, even if they may not be treating you the same way, the way that you are showing up in the world is a ripple effect, and it's affecting more people than you know. And if we can all start to change and start to become happier, more loving, compassionate people, this world is going to be a very enjoyable place. And I believe that we can do it. So that is why I'm doing this. And I hope that this information helps you. I hope if it doesn't help you and you know someone, you will spread the information. And remember, like, you are worth it, you matter, and you just showing up with a smile on your face to offer to a stranger, that's a gift. And you are giving that gift to the world, and you are helping the world become a better place. So I look forward to coming back to YouTube, and I am going to be doing a weekly video while I am working on this course. And I hope that you all have a wonderful day and keep your vibe high. Love you.